What's up, everybody? This is Darren from ClefToneGrooves.com. Thanking you again for joining me for another edition of Getting Better Audio at Home. And today I'm going to continue the thought that I left you with last week, and that is why record your audio separate from your video. Before we get into that, some of you noticed a few new additions to my set last week, so I want to take a moment just to give you another tour of my set. Since last time I showed you the set, I was using pillows and all kinds of blankets and things to deaden the sound of my room. Well, I actually happened to inherit some nice professional sound dampening material. And I also went out and purchased some moving blankets. By the way, that's another good tip for you if you're trying to deaden the sound of a room. Thick moving blankets are even better than regular blankets for accomplishing that purpose. So I'm going to throw some pictures up here for you so that you can see them. And as you can tell from the pictures, there are still a few pillows that I'm using in the room, but not quite nearly as much as I was the last time you saw the set. But yeah, you can really hear the effect, or, well, actually you can't hear, I should say, the effect of this sound dampening material in my room, as opposed to even the last video where I took you around the set, so to speak, and showed you how I was deadening the sound of the room. There was a lot less echo and reverb and all those reflections I was talking about before. Simply because I have more pieces in this room to help cover my bare walls. And notice how the sound quality just keeps getting better and better. So yes, y'all was out there talking about being bad before using all them pillows, so I had to go ahead and up my game right quick. But anyway, and one other tip I forgot to mention last week was we were talking about using a separate dedicated microphone to capture your audio. Well, in a controlled environment such as this, I was always recommending using a shotgun microphone or a lavalier microphone. Well, I was going to give you another quick tip on that, and I forgot last week. So let me tell you that really quick. And that's if you use a shotgun microphone, we want to talk about mic placement. That's also key to helping you get that better audio when you're recording with a separate microphone. So the trick is you want to get the shotgun microphone as close to you as possible without getting it in the scene. So if you were to pan my camera up even just like an inch, even less than that, you would see that the tip of my microphone is right there. You heard it, but you don't see it. And that's what you want to do if you're using a shotgun microphone. Get it as close as you can. You want to line it up so that it's lined up with your where your mouth is, but then where you want to point the microphone, how you want to tilt it, is don't point it right at your mouth, but point it somewhere in this area here, because you want to talk through the pickup pattern of that microphone so that you get your audio heard by the microphone at the optimal levels. If you point it right at your mouth, that can work, but in my experience, using the microphone where you just kind of point it and then you speak through where it picks up, it seems like you get better results that way. So anyway, that was a tip from last week. So coming back to that thought about why you want to record your audio separate from your video, if you're in a controlled environment just like this, which is usually the most ideal situation where to do something like this, you want to hook your microphone up into your audio interface that we've talked about before, and then run your sound into your DAW, right? So to give you an example, perfect example of what we're sitting here looking at right now, I'm using my cell phone to shoot this video, right? Now the microphone on the cell phone is picking up sound, but I'm never going to use that sound in the finished video, right? I'm going to use the sound from my microphone because it sounds so much better. Well, here's why you would ever want to consider recording your audio separately. That's because video editing software, much like a video camera, it's all designed around video purposes, right? Video editing purposes. Much like we don't use the microphone on our camera to capture our audio, we wouldn't use a video editing software to process and edit our audio on that video either. I mean, you can try to do some things, but you're going to waste way more time and wind up way more frustrated trying to edit audio in a video editing software. It's just not built for that. So if you have a DAW, then you record right into your DAW because you're going to have all the tools you need right at your fingertips to process that audio, to be able to make it sound as best as it can possibly sound. And then later on, you marry the two together in your video editing software, right? Your audio and your video, you put them together. Well, how do you keep your audio in sync with your video? Well, if you've ever seen the outtakes in the movies before, you've seen that little clapboard. They say take one and then they clap. Right. Well, notice that's always on camera. And that's because when they see that little clap go down, they know, because they look at the waveforms in the audio, they know how to sync that up right to that clap. That's how they keep it in sync. So you can accomplish the same thing by simply clapping in the camera where you can see it. And then as you're picking that audio up from your microphone, you'll see that in your waveforms in your DAW, right? And so when you're done processing your audio, you just take that into your video editing software, look for those waveforms from where you clapped, and then match it up to your video. That's how you stay in sync. Now, special treat for you today. I have software that I would recommend to anybody to use to edit video, and that's on my Mac. It's a bit of software called, what is that software called? Final Cut. Final Cut X, or Final Cut 10, I believe is what it is. It has a really nice feature in it, and I know, don't even get started, all you video editors out there. I know there is probably way better editing software out there, but this is what I learned on, and this is how I make it work, okay? Don't judge me. Anyway, getting back to Final Cut. It has a really nice feature. One of the things as to why I like to use it is because I don't have to do the clapping noise at all. What is so nice in Final Cut is it will kind of listen to the audio of my phone, and then it will listen to the audio of what I recorded out of my DAW. And then I tell it to just kind of combine the two, and then I say, well, I want you to sync using the audio from my DAW or from my phone, whichever the two is. And then I'm going to see a new file created where that audio and that video is combined. So now I've got the best of both worlds, right? I've got the best audio and I've got the best possible video available to me because I don't have a professional camera. I just have my iPhone camera. And so I marry the two, and that's why I sound so good every week. But yet, yeah, I know I could get better quality video, but hey, I'm an audio guy. So audio is always going to come first to me. But anyway, yeah. I'm going to show you that really quickly here in Final Cut. So let's check out just how I do that. All right, well, here we have the software Final Cut Pro 10, and this is only for the Mac. So I am running a MacBook Pro here. And now I'm going to show you how you can marry your audio, your really good sounding audio, to your video. So let's go ahead and jump right into it here. So here we have a video loaded of one of my previous shows. You can see that I'm scratching my eyebrow out of frustration from having to take so many takes. But anyway, we'll go ahead and scroll on down. And here you can see the nice, great, processed, nice sounding audio. And then here's the video. Now, if I was to play this video back right now, you would hear audio, but it's not the audio that I want to use. This is the audio off the camera. So now I'm going to select the two of those items by holding shift and then clicking. And then I'm going to use the 2-finger click on the trackpad of the Mac and select new multicam clip. Now I know that this doesn't sound anything like what the option should be, but trust me, it is. And so now what I'm going to do is on this menu, it gives you all the settings and parameters for syncing up your audio and your video. For lack of a better term, I'm just going to go ahead and name this sound, if I can type right here. And then notice the checkbox here that says use audio for synchronization. We definitely want that checked. Now, everything else on this menu, not super important. I mean, I don't really ever touch any of that. All those numbers usually stay the same for me. So we'll go ahead and click OK. And that all stays the same. All right, good. So we'll click OK. And now we have our new multicam clip. Well, it's black. Don't worry. It's black because it has the audio selected as putting out the picture. Well, we know that there's no picture on the audio, but there's one more thing we have to do to get this to cooperate with us. So we need to go up to View, and we need to go to Show in Viewer and select Angles. Now you'll see our video is there as well as the audio. So now if we take in a little bit of a closer look here, you'll notice that our film strip and waveforms are both on the speaker. Well, we don't want that. Again, there's no video on audio. So we need to make our audio be just audio and our video to be just video. Now notice up here I've got the film strip already selected. So what I'm going to do now is select my video. Now notice I have the audio designated and the video is designated, and I have my video over here. Now you see the picture of the video. That's what we want. Now if I wanted to, that little sound wave, I could select it and I could put it onto the video, and I'll show you how to do that. So basically you go up and then you're going to click on the audio like so. Sorry, my computer froze up a little bit. And then you're going to click on the video. So now notice you have both the video and the audio on that video there. But again, we don't want the audio from the video because, well, it sounds pretty crappy. So I'm going to put this back to the way it's supposed to be. And there we have now our audio is designated, our video is designated. Now we can drag and drop this down to our timeline. And then once I get settled in, I'm going to play a little bit for you. And here we go. And let me fast forward this a little bit. And for joining me in another installment of the video series, Getting Better Audio at Home. And so there you have it, guys. And that's how you do it in Final Cut, guys. So I hope you enjoyed today's show. That's all I've got for you. Next week, we'll have something else really special for you to take in, to learn about. But in the meantime, enjoy your weekend. And hey, here's to getting better audio at home. Peace.